What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking me out on this video. So what I have going on here is we have two products from Folk Art. One of them is called the Folk Art Antique Gold or Antique Metallic Acrylic Paint. Bam. And then this one is Treasure Gold. So supposedly this one is supposed to be more brilliant and lustrous and all this good stuff. Look, they painted some apples. I don't know if those are real apples or something, but I guess what this picture is supposed to be telling us is that this paint can make fruit look like that. And I don't know about all that, but so let's check it out, right? So what I did to test it out, because the application that I'm gonna be using it for is on ceramics, mostly ceramics, and glass here. So here we go. Both of them are two ounces. This one's a little fatter, and this one actually does, just from inside the bottle, it looks a little better. But I mean, this is clear plastic. This is some other kind of plastic. So I don't know. Let's look in here right quick. Oh, bust your bubble. So hold up, I'm gonna get this to squeeze up some. Okay, so I get that antiqueness then, because this looks like more of a caramel, or the brown kind of gold. Does have that paint smell to it. Wipe this off right quick. All right, let's get that back on there. And then this here, oh, so you fancy, huh? You got the aluminum on there. Aluminium. Just gonna get that all the way on off of there. Oh wow. This looks thicker, and I'll try not to make too much of a mess here. Of course, acrylic paint wipes up, cleans up with water. But wow, look at that. Yeah, okay. I can tell the difference already. I'll wipe my hands off right quick. Okay, yeah, that has glitterness all in it. So anyway, yeah, I can definitely tell the difference. So anyway, I'm gonna go here. And this is actually my first time doing this with this kind of paint. Normally what I do, hold on. Okay, so I'm back. What I went and grabbed these pens. This Deco Color pen is great. It's an oil-based marker. And I have, hold up. Since we're doing this, we might as well do it, right? All right, so let me grab something right quick. I'll show you the difference between, oh, if I don't hit the camera, show you the difference between these oil-based markers and the water-based markers. Now these are Sharpie water-based markers, and I might as well get, we got this acrylic pen. I think I got a gold in this other kind too somewhere. Yeah, right here. So we're gonna try them all out. See which one does the best. That way you can make a nice informed decision. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna grab some oil-based Sharpies too. Hold on. Okay, here we go. I mean, if we're gonna do it, we might as well do it, right? Y'all taking time out of your day, spend a few minutes with me. I might as well try to do my best to give you as much information as possible. So, let's do it like this. What we have going on here is what originally my video was about. Which one of these goes is best? But now my comparison is going to be, should we use these acrylic paints here or these acrylic paints in the jars. These are also acrylic paints, but these are acrylic paint pens. We got Fly C and Chocola. Then we have some regular permanent Sharpies by Sharpie. And then we have oil-based Sharpies. You know what I'm saying? So let's see who does the best. Now, I have some couple pieces of glass that I laser etched. And that's where we're gonna test these things on. So let me open these up right quick. So once we start getting down, we can go ahead and go. Now, hold up. Now the Sharpie say marks on virtually any surface: metal, pottery, wood, rubber, glass, plastic, stone, everything, right? So, and I do expect these to turn out pretty good. For one, Sharpie's a pretty good company. Two, I've had better experiences using oil-based products for this, even though they take longer to cure, you know? So we have our oil-based things and our water-based things. Got a little brush, got me a little water here off to the side, and my rag. So we ready to go. All right, let's move that stuff out the way. So what I have here is one of my failed projects. Not failed necessarily, because what I was doing was seeing if I could laser etch onto glass, you know? And the laser that I did this with was the Atom Stack A5 Pro, which is a 5 to 5.5 output laser module, laser engraver. And I messed this up because it's supposed to say Royal Fine Arts and Crafts, but it says Royal Crafts Arts Fine. So this is a good, you know, thing to do our experiment on. And then also here's another piece of glass, or another glass thing that I put my logo on, but as you see, it's backwards. This is my first attempt. I had the laser up too high and ended up cracking it. But if you look through, you can see the logo. The logo's good from this way. But this thing is gonna be filled with wax and stuff, so, well, it was. Now, this is our guinea pig. So anyway, let's see, how we gonna do this? I will start with the easiest thing, right? Because as I turn it, that way, yeah, okay. So we'll start with the acrylic paint pens. This one is the Fly C Gold. So how these work, in case you don't know, paint pens, period. Shake them up real good. And then this nib here, it goes up and down, and you pump it to move the paint towards the nib. And then once you see it kind of coming out, then it's good to go. You're ready. So we'll start, I'm gonna say the best for last, my name. So we'll start with crafts. I'm gonna do the C here, and all I'll do is get it on there halfway decent, and I need a napkin. Okay, I'm back again. Hopefully this didn't dry too much or whatever, but that didn't work out. Normally what I would do after I etch it, I wouldn't move the tape or whatever. But anyway, I don't know. Let's see. What we can do then is just put this on here. I'll try to not get too much off of it, and we'll We'll have to worry about the cleanup later, I guess. I'm hoping that the paint stays on the rough part. Okay, so if you know a better way to do that, please let me know. I mean, after I move my masking and everything off. Okay, so again, oh, that one was ready to go. So this is more of an antique look. Interesting. So this looks more like the treasure gold, and this looks more like an antique kind of gold. But anyway. And if you're doing this, you want to do this part before you remove your mask. That way everything is perfect. But for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna go ahead and have at it, so to speak. Bam. That's gonna do it. All right. I guess I could have did more than just one letter, right? But we're not. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna keep these in order. So the first one that I did was the fly C. I'm gonna put this here. Then we got the charcoal. Then I'm gonna stick with my stuff I've been doing. We got the gold Sharpie. And see, this is I don't know if it's water-based, but I never really liked the way the Sharpies came out. Not these, maybe the color ones did a little bit better, and they did better on ceramics too, you know. But if anybody watches this and has any ideas on maybe I'm doing something wrong, because I'm not like I just learned how to do arts and crafts and drawing and stuff last year, so pretty much everything is new to me. And I just been getting stuff, trying it out, you know. So this right here is the bronze metallic Sharpie. That's coming up. The color is coming up a little bit better, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. So try to get that on there pretty good for demonstration purposes, right? All right. Now we'll go with, you know what? Nah, I'm gonna leave that side alone. Now I'm gonna come to this side for the oil-based ones. Now this actually is running out, and that's the reason why I wanted to try something like these, because there's more product in it. And this right here, even though it's beautiful, it doesn't last very long. I mean, it doesn't stretch, you know. But as you can see, it looks beautiful, right? Especially if you have the foresight to do this before you take your masking off, so that all the lines are perfect and everything, you know. But again, demonstration purposes. Anyway, okay. You know what? I'm gonna do the R2, right? And you see, this is a well-used product right here, and it's strong too. The smell is very strong, but that's cool because it works. Oh, okay. Well, obviously should not have done that, right? So, no camera magic. Just gonna try to soak it up, I guess. Okay. Now, I know that looks a little rough, but what I'm gonna do is, hold up. Just do the whole thing. Okay. Didn't know I could do that. Learn something new every day, correct? Or you should. All right. So there's a way to do it. Get it on there and rub it. Maybe that might take a couple coats to get it right, but I really did learn something new now. Okay. Now let's go to fine, which is good because these are extra fine tips for the Sharpie markers. That first gold stuff is sticking to my hands, which is good. That means, oh man, I'm getting it everywhere. Excuse me one quick sec, y'all. I'm gonna try to wipe this off my hands so I don't get it all over everything, my new pens. But anyway, so shake them up, shake them up, shake them up, shake them. And then see that new, I don't know if you can really see that, but see how it's white? Here, I'll move it here so you can see. You just keep on doing like that until it starts coming out. And you see the nib is starting to turn gold. Yeah, okay, there we go. We in there now. All right, I'm gonna do 2 with the gold. This is much better. I'm getting a phone call, y'all. I might switch cameras. Oh, I kind of like that. And I'm assuming the reason that last one worked the way it did, where we could wipe it off, is because it's oil-based. So I'm thinking I can do the same thing with this. So although I'm gonna try to stay in the lines as much as possible, and it's a lot easier with this fine tip on here too. So if you do get them and you working with fine details or whatever, go ahead and grab the fine tips, you know. Always wipe them off, you know. And you can take those nibs off and clean them if they ever get kind of cloggy or whatever. So then here we got the silver. Uh-oh, wow. If something can go wrong, it will. So that's what I mean. You can take these nibs off, and this right here, as you're pushing down, this gets soaked up, this little wick or whatever, it gets soaked up with the paint, and then it goes down to that. So you can clean these off and keep them extra new looking, which at some point in time I may do that, but not right now because we're doing a video. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. It's coming. There we go. All right. Try to get that little excess off right there. And then we'll continue what we had going on. Oh, hold up. Let me hit it again. Hit a couple more times. There we go. All right. Should be good to go now. All right. Just get that on there like that. I'm gonna pause this again and go get a new paper towel so that I don't spread my paint from the last one all over this surface too. And any excess, what I do, there's this stuff called Goo Gone that I use to clean up everything sticky pretty much. I'll show you what I'm talking about when we get to the part where we want to cure this stuff. In fact, I'll do it before before we get to the products that we're actually gonna be testing with this, the Folk Art acrylic paints, well, we just slide this on over here like that. I know it looks goofy. Another thing about the oil-based stuff is you have more time before it dries up, and especially before it cures. Now, normally, what they say is you let this stuff sit for a million years and it'll cure on its own, but that's not what we're gonna do. We are going to put this in the oven, and after that, should be all good. So I'm gonna pause right quick. I'll be right back. Okay, back again, and hopefully I can wipe this off. Well, that is not the case. And my flash on the phone is too low to keep on going. Okay. So, I'm sorry, y'all. What I'm gonna do is switch phones. Okay, y'all. I switched out cameras, or not cameras, but phones and everything, so we back at it. And as you saw, wiping that away did not work out. So, like I said, I use this product called Goo Gone, and here it is. This is some good stuff. It gets everything sticky off, like even like tar or bugs off of your car. That's what I really got it for, to get tar off the road in the summer. Like in St. Louis, the tar gets so hot, you ride across it and it'll be on your car, and this stuff gets it off. So we're gonna try this F. Ooh, all right. Did that clean it up any? No, it did not. It did not at all, huh? Okay, so I'm gonna stop with that. I'm just gonna leave it alone. And the way it is now, that's how we're gonna cure it. But like I said, what you wanna do is do your painting and everything before you take the masking off, after you do your etching and everything. So let's go. Like I said, we saving the best for last. And we got my name, Royal, right there. There we go. Okay, so I got my little brush here, and also, as I said, I don't know what I'm doing, So we had a little bit of luck with wiping the stuff off as soon as I put it on with the oil-based stuff. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. We're gonna start with this Folk Art. It's number 658 Antique Gold, and this probably works pretty good. This is like, okay, look. This right here is like $1.57 at anywhere, Walmart or whatever. I happen to get it off Amazon, but you can get it at Walmart. And we're gonna see how it does. Before I put this on here, I'm gonna get my paper towel ready, because I'm just gonna gloop it on there and then wipe it off the way that we did on that other side. So just like this. And my hopes are that the rough part's gonna stay and the smooth part's gonna wipe away. And I would say that is not the case, right? All of it wiped away, didn't it? Okay. So, all right, on this R, I'm just gonna do like this. But I do have a plan. So, acrylic paint wipes up or cleans up with water. So I'm gonna dip this brush into my water that I have sitting off to the side. Put this top on here. I'm gonna pause this video right quick and I'm gonna go get a thin brush and we're gonna do this right. Okay, I'm back, and I know, in YouTube time, that was instant. Let me try to get some of this off here. Okay, see, so you can, if you let it dry a little bit, you can clean it up some, right? That looks a little better. Even if you had to go over that with a couple coats. But that's not what we're gonna do. What I did, I went and got a fine brush, or whatever. So I'm gonna take this top back off of here, dip my little brush in here a little bit. In fact, I ain't even gonna dip it. I'm just gonna grab some off the side, like that. And we're gonna go around this O. And again, I can't stress enough the importance of doing this before you take your masking off, because then you don't have to try to be careful and everything. You can just glob it on, let it sit, and do a couple coats and everything, and keep on moving with your day. Time is money, right? And if you're doing this for a customer or something like that, or multiple customers in my case, you don't want to sit around and be wasting time, you know? Not to mention that, as you can see, I'm not all that good with this. But this is for demonstration purposes only. All right, so we got that on there. I'm gonna take my brush, dip it in my little water here, wipe it off, and then we're gonna come back for this. Now, granted, this right here, this folk art, this dollar stuff here, I don't expect this to do all that great on ceramics and glass. This is really for painting and stuff like that, you know? But what I do have high hopes for is this treasure gold. So I'm gonna save that for this piece right here, where I did my logo backwards. But what I did, I went and grabbed a couple other paints that I have. Like I got this folk art color shift metallic stuff right here. So in case you're wondering, you know, how this kind of works, to be honest, it's very, very thin. To get, when you want to get that color shift action, you got to do multiple coats. But in case you were wondering if this works good on ceramics and glass, and if you can cure it in the oven, so am I. And I don't know, so we're gonna do it. But you see, when it's thick, it's kind of globby. So you want to do this in multiple coats. So again, we go back to do this before you take your masking off, so you have everything perfect. So do as I say, not as I did. Anyway, I'm gonna clean my brush out. We got that on there. And I have one more color shifting acrylic here, which is this black metallic gloss finish here. So I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna do my last little thing here. Now this is a little bit thicker than the red, but it has the same action. Whatever way they formulate the chemicals to make this color shifting is good as an overcoat. Like you could, like if you have dark colors like grays or something like that, this works really well if you put it over the top of that, in my experience or whatever. So anyway, for demonstration purposes, there we go. All right. Now I'm gonna dip my brush in this water. Now, if you notice, every time I do something, I say I'm dipping my brush in the water, because that's important if you want to keep your brushes clean and not have to get brushes every time you do something. So that's that. We have those two. And since I still have one letter left, now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this color. I don't know what this color is, but if you watch my video on how I actually etched this into the glass. This is the color that I use for etching it. I'll put this over the area that I'm gonna etch so that the laser picks up the color, and it does a great job. It does a lot better than a lot of fancy things that I've seen people do. So I'm gonna just throw this on here, see what happens. Then I'm gonna take my brush and I'm gonna dip it in my water. And if your water starts getting cloudy, then you need to change out your water, okay? Cool, so we got that going on. Now, we're gonna, oops, sorry y'all. We're gonna take this and put it to the side. And then dun 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 dun. That was my impression of the Rocky theme song. I don't know if you know. So anyway, on this whole thing here, we're gonna do the treasure gold, because this is what I have really high hopes for. This right here is what I want to use to replace my deco color pen. So etch this one. Actually, this was not on the atom stack. This was done on my what is it? The X-Tool D1. And that is a beautiful laser. It's a laser with a 10-watt output, and it's only real competitor for my price range is the Atom Stack S10 or X7. The S10 and the X7, the only difference is the color of the rails, you know. So anyway, let's get this on here. I'm gonna try to do a little bit better than I've been doing with the rest of this stuff, because this is the coup de grace. This is really why I'm doing this video, to see how this product works out, you know. So I'm gonna try to get it on here thin, and even if I have to do a couple coats, that's fine, you know. But I want it on here even, and I want it right. Well, not all the way right, but a whole lot more right than I've been doing. But you see how that spreads? I like that. So maybe I don't have to be so sensitive with it. I'm gonna just go ahead over this stuff and see what happens. I mean, I'm still trying to keep it on the etched part and all of that. But what have I been saying this whole video? Do this stuff before you take your masking off. You know. But you know, this is kind of my scrap stuff. You know what I mean? I know I had messed up and everything. So I took my masking off, and I was planning on throwing this stuff away. So I'm actually lucky or blessed that I'm able to do something with this stuff here. And if we get good results with this, with me just doing it this way, then we know that this is a good product. Now I got my Phoenix wings out here. I don't know if I should do anything with this, but I am. I'm just gonna kind of glue it on there and see if I can wipe it off. Because this is the way you would do it if you had the masking on still. Just kind of get it in there. Now, what am I gonna do with this? Dip it in my water. Right? Then wipe it off. Put my top back on the product. So we'll end up having solid parts popping up. And I'm gonna get my paper towel here. And I don't have a pack of rags. If I had a pack of rags, I wouldn't be doing this with paper towels. But, oh, I like that. I'm gonna leave that just the way it is. I'm gonna wipe this side off just to see how it does. Now, if I had went on ahead and wiped that off from the jump, might have had better results, right? All right. So that's that. So let's review what we got going on. Nope. Since I wiped some of it off, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this in this part here. I'm gonna just go a little bit harder on her. Not harder, but you know, I'm gonna leave it a little bit thicker on this part. So that way even though I might not have my decal all right and everything, we'll still get a good idea of how this stuff does in the oven when we try to cure it, you know? Yeah. Yeah. All right. So that's that. Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you. After I cut the video off, before I throw this in the oven, I'm probably gonna try to clean that up just a little bit, you know, just so it looks a little bit better. That's the Marine in me. So now we have this done with the Folk Art Treasure Gold. We have, what did we start off with? We started off this way. So we have the Flashy acrylic pen. We have the Chocola acrylic pen. We have some Sharpie regular permanent markers. And then, what do we do? Then we go over this way. Do we leave this normal? Oh yeah, that's normal. That looks the best on it. Then we have the deco color. Is that deco color pen? Then we have the Sharpie oil-based pens. And then we have our color shifting acrylics. And I don't even know what color this is, but it is it's one of the folk art colors. But this is what I use for for when I'm doing my etching. So I put that over this before I etched it, and that's how it came out like that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to clean this up a little bit, and then we're gonna throw these in the oven on 300 degrees for 30 minutes. And YouTube magic, I'll be right back. Okay, so YouTube magic is actually the next day. And I've put all the markers and all that stuff up, so I don't exactly remember what all of these are. I believe this is my Flashy paint marker. I believe this is the Chocola. I believe this is the Folk Art color changing red. I believe this is the Folk Art color changing black. And this was the purple. So what I did was I put this in the oven. What I read or saw is that you do it in the oven on 350 for a half hour. I did it, on 300 for a half hour. I did it on 350 for more than a half hour because I forgot. But after that, let it cool off, took it out the oven and everything, and then I washed it. So this stuff at least survives the wash. This came off. This did okay. This was my acrylic purple that, hold on. It's actually what I put on the glass, my favorite thing to use on the glass before I do my laser etching. And that's what, where is something that came all the way off? But this mostly did. But anyway, that's how I got this on here. Painted that with this acrylic purple color or whatever. But as you see, it came off, and that's actually good for me when I'm doing the etching because I can, you know, wash it off pretty good. So that's those. This right here was what? This was my folk art, that new stuff that I had got or whatever. Now, you can clean this up a lot with the Goo Gone, like I said. But it survived. In fact, here, I mean, I got my little rag here. Of course, this is nothing like putting this stuff in the dishwasher or something, you know what I mean? But you see that it's not really coming off just with a regular rag or nothing like that, which it absolutely would have had I not put it in the oven or whatever. So they call that curing, right? So anyway, that's the new stuff. This is my deco color oil-based paint pen. It came out okay, but I didn't do it all the way it was supposed to be done, for real. And then here we have this. Had I took my time and, you know, did everything right, or actually done it before I took the mask and stuff off, it would have been perfect. But this is the Sharpie oil-based pen. Now they did beyond my expectations. I actually like that, you know. And so that's that. But also what I did, just because I started off just wanting to see how the gold would go and see. So now this is my logo, in case you didn't know. When I switched cameras, that thing that flashed up, but I did it backwards. So that's why this is my test piece. Now, this gold right here is this. So trying to clean it up, I took too much off of there, you know? So I'm probably gonna end up just doing this all over again with this gold right here, if I can get this stuff off. But it's probably gonna be a little difficult, to be honest. Anyway, so what I did with this piece right here is I figured I might as well show y'all what the different pens and all of that would do in the oven, the different colors, not just the gold. So here we have my deco color pen. And also what I did, so everywhere that I wrote, like this is the Charcola paint pens, this is the Flashy paint pens, where I wrote in, all of that is done with Sharpies, the water-based Sharpies. So what I figure I'll do, and also I'll cure this in the oven on 350 for a little over half hour. So anyway, so this right here, you have the Charcola, and that came with what, 12? That came with 15 pens, and I got all the different colors there. This was the Flashy, it came with 18 pens. Duncan, okay, so this is Duncan color UM959. This is a metallic acrylic. This is UM958. This is a blue metallic acrylic. And then of course, where I wrote Duncan, that's the water-based Sharpie. Then I did the gold and the silver oil-based Sharpies, but I wrote this in with the water-based Sharpie. Over here, we have a few different folk art acrylics. So, of course, I wrote this in with a black Sharpie. This T Gold number 3081 is that new stuff that I got, which I did this with. So this is folk art T Gold 3081. And then the antique gold number 658. That's this little thing right here. I don't know if you can see that because I wasn't looking at the camera when I was doing the rest of this. But I like the, you see it don't shine too good, but I like how that shines in the light. So my favorite so far is the folk art T Gold 3081. Anyway, I did the color shifting red a little bit, and that's number 5126E. And then the color shifting black is number 5194E. And you can't really tell, because to get these color shifting, these translucent colors the right way, you got to do multiple coats, and it does better if you have a base coat under it. So that's something that I learned with these color shifting things. And then this is a red, metallic folk art red, and it's number 493E. Bing. So that's that. I think that's all of them. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna take my little rag here and go across these a little bit just to see. I can't go too hard, like, because where it's at. See, I messed this up. I had my laser up too high and I cracked it trying to do my logo the first time. That's why I just put all this stuff over here. This is my little test piece, like I said. So, trying to hit this with my nail. And the water or whatever. So, that's holding up pretty good. The silver that I wrote this Duncan in with, that's a water-based Sharpie. That's doing pretty good. Even though this green water-based Sharpie, you can barely, it's not coming up on camera really, but you can maybe catch it there. It's not that light because I wiped it off. It's that light because the pen just didn't show up very well on glass, but it held up after the wash and everything. So yeah, now this isn't coming off either. It's just that I just did a little glob, so it's staying pretty good. Now let's see how the charcoal stuff and everything did. Okay, now most of these colors did pretty good. That black didn't do too good. I don't know if that's because of the black. You see it came off, but I don't know if I did it, good enough for it to hold on there, because you see every other color came. But they do use different pigments or colors or chemicals or whatever to make the different colors. So maybe that's just in the manufacturing process. So let's go over this flashy. And this is where I wrote Chalkola. That's the water-based Sharpie, metallic Sharpie. And where I wrote Flashy, that's a water-based Sharpie as well. So the water-based Sharpies, except that black, seem to be doing pretty good. Now this Flashy paint seems to be coming off. Well, some of the colors at least. Yeah. So that's not doing as good as the Chalkola. So I don't know if I would recommend you to be using the Flashy acrylic paint pens if you're just doing some kind of art on paper or something, but maybe not on glass. It might do better on acrylic too. Because I've seen videos where the water-based Sharpies did pretty good on acrylics, so ceramics, So yeah. And then my deco color pen, it's holding up good. Yeah, it's not coming off. Okay. So that's pretty good. So I guess, where am I? Okay. And then I forgot the oil-based Sharpies. I have high hopes for those. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So if I had to give a recommendation or whatever, I like this. What is this called? This folk art T gold or whatever. I like that. It held up good. It has a nice metallic shine to it, you know. The Charcola colors, they did pretty good, you know. Fly C, maybe not. These other acrylics, I just kind of did that, you know. I'm not gonna be using those for what I do, but the silver and gold Sharpie, oil-based Sharpies, what I like about them is they stayed on here perfectly, and it's not much of a raised edge to be getting bumped off and stuff like that. I'm hitting it with my nail and nothing's coming off and all that. You know, I like that. So I'm gonna be sticking with this gold, maybe. And those Sharpies had an ultra fine tip to them. So definitely I'll get some more oil-based Sharpies. And I like the Charcola acrylic paints for use on glass. Now, if it holds up like this on glass, it's probably gonna do even better on ceramics, depending on what kind of glaze is on the ceramics and things. I don't mind doing that on some ceramics because I do pottery and stuff as well. I'll do a video. Oh, in the black, the black Sharpie, right? It just rubbed all the way off. So no black Sharpie on glass. No water-based black Sharpie on glass. See, nothing there. So that's pretty much it. Hey, thanks for watching. This has been a nice little experiment. I think so. If you think so, like, subscribe, say something in the comments to me. I do respond. If not, then tell me, like, oh, Dave, you're all messed up. You did it all wrong, you know, and maybe I'll try again. Or if you have a suggestion on something else to try as far as marking on glass. Now, this part right here has been laser etched, like this stuff. These I put straight on the smooth glass, so they'll hold up even better over the etched glass or whatever. And that's pretty much it. Appreciate y'all. Show me hands.
Thanks for watching Create.